turn your head to the side. Thank you. Maybe I can still move this over a little bit to compensate. All right, compensated a little bit too much. Okay, hey, what's up? It's your girl, mylabeatz, and yes, as you read by the title, I am back, but, to most people, I was never even here, so they're just like, you're back? What does that mean? But today, I'm coming at you with a client tutorial, and in this tutorial, I'm trying out a bunch of, new things that I've just been wanting to try, so please stay tuned, enjoy, watch, and yeah. So you see me starting off with her skin prep. I am using First Aid Beauty's exfoliation wipes, and then I move on to moisturize her face using Pond's. She has drier skin, so the Pond's really helps a lot. Oh wait, I missed a step. I forgot to state, before all that, I actually went in with the Mayron toner, skin prep toner. It's amazing. I love that toner. And then I'm just using a sponge to just blend it all in. Okay, so this is where I started to try new things. I brush her eyebrows like I would usually do. On that brush that you see, I actually put some eyelash glue on there. And I put the eyelash glue on before I did her eyebrows. Like I said, I'm trying new things, new techniques to see what would help. I know some people do it this way. I actually prefer to do it after, and you'll see why in a second. So now I'm just filling in her brows. No real technique here. I'm just filling them in. I like a nice natural brow, so I just kind of go where the hairs aren't so dense and fill that in on both sides. Yeah, but this is why I should not have done it before, because it's so hard to brush the hairs when you put lash glue on it. Duh, that seems like common sense. Okay, now I'm going in with the Black Opal foundation stick in the shade Hazelnut, and that's just because it provides a really good foundation for your concealer. And also, if you can see, her skin has some very interesting undertones, and I feel like the hazelnut kind of helped blend in everything better. And now I'm using the LA Girl Pro Fit Me. No, what am I saying? LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade. I do not remember what the shade is, but I use about 3 of these. 3 different shades. Like I told you, I'm trying new things. You have to be willing to try new things in order to, get better. So now I'm just blending that out. And also, and I guess this is a new thing that I'm doing, I stopped using beauty blenders, especially, during this time where I'm trying to, up my sanitation. I just feel like it's more sanitary to use these beauty sponges instead of using beauty blenders on everyone. I mean, on myself, I'll use a beauty blender. If a client wants to bring their beauty blender, then sure, that's fine. But that's just, me. All right, now you see me going in with another shade. Between all the shades, I kind of let them sit for at least a minute just to, dry a little bit. But yeah, this shade is just a little bit warmer than that last shade I used. And I just felt like that would help with her undertone. And also, I'm just trying stuff. So don't get too caught up in this tutorial of I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I'm literally just trying things. This was a free for all. Do what you want. And then I'm just blending that out. Honestly, I feel like these two shades actually did work very nicely together. I don't know if it really made a difference if I would have mixed it on the palette versus, doing this. But what I like about this is that I'm able to see it. On the palette, you can't really see what it looks like on her skin. So That's something. All right, now I'm just setting that with my, is it Laura Mercier? I'm gonna link everything down below and, you know, hopefully add text titles to this video. But yeah, I'm just setting all of that, making sure I get up right under the brow. Setting it a little bit more. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. All right, and now for foundation, I'm starting off with the warmest shade in the Soft Glam by Anastasia palette. That's one of my favorite palettes. Like, Soft Glam, that's literally it. Like, you can create so many beautiful looks just using this palette alone. And I'm using a Real Techniques, don't know the name of the brush, but I'm using a Real Techniques brush just to really pack that shadow in. And I knew that this is the color that I wanted to show up the most. And it's okay because later we're gonna blend those edges out so it isn't so harsh. And my primary focus here is just getting the shadow on the lid. Like, my main thing is that I want it to show up. That's honestly how you have to think about it. I want this shadow to show up and be present in this look. You just see me packing that on. Now I'm going back in with the Juvia's Place palette, and I can't remember the exact name, but it's the blush tone palette. I love this palette, especially for brides. That's why I got it, because it's so pretty. And what you see me doing is just going along the edges of that look. See me going along the edges of that eyeshadow and just kind of making sure that it blends out a little bit better. See, she had asked me what the palette was. She's like, that's new. It is new, and it's so pretty, and I love it. And you just see me going back and forth between the eyes and blending that out. Making sure that I leave a little space under the brow. And then I'm going to go back to that original first shade and just put a little bit more color just so that it's nice and even. Bro, we was really shooting the breeze during this whole entire thing, like catching up. I haven't seen her in a while, so this was really fun to do. And then I wasn't sure if I just wanted to, you know, do like a simple eye. So that's why I brought the shadow down, because I was like, you know, maybe that's it. Maybe that's all I'll do. But you know me, I'm too extra for all that. So we're gonna go in with a cut crease. And the new technique that I tried with this is doing it with her eyes open. Usually what I do is I'll have them open their eye and then I'll like dot the middle of where the cut crease goes, and then I'll have them close their eye. But I kind of combined them because I was watching on YouTube and somebody had them like basically leave their eyes open the whole time, and I was like, I want to try that. But yeah, no, I got scared. So I just kind of combined the two techniques. Milo had came over. Being annoying. Yeah, I'm just making sure that there's enough product on both eyes. Oh, another thing that I've learned is if I'm going for an ombre look on a cut crease, I do not use my P. Louise anymore. It's just, I found that the LA Girl is easier to ombre out for me. And yeah, unless I'm going in and leaving the cut crease like this, then I'm gonna use the P. Louise. I hope that made sense. I don't think that makes sense. But you'll see. Maybe you'll see, because I think my camera like died. All right, we're just gonna watch this. Okay, yeah. So what happened is my camera cut off, so it's gonna be even more confusing than ever. But you can see at the corner of her eyelid, I was able to blend it out. With the P. Louise base, it makes it a little bit more difficult to do unless you're going to cut the whole entire eye. So you see me kind of doing it there. I'm taking that original reddish brown shade and packing it into the edge so that I could get that ombre look that I want. But yeah. I guess it's more of a soft ombre look. I think I did a horrible job explaining that, but hopefully you were able to understand what I meant from that. And now I'm taking a darker shade in that soft glam palette and creating the liner out of eyeshadow. I did that because I did not want a harsh black liner. I wanted it to be, you know, soft. Even though this look is like still kind of dramatic, I'm a very dramatic person. Like I can't help it. But, you know, some things you can't help. And I did not want a black liner. Trying new things, so. And I'm using a small liner brush to pack that in. And you can zoom in, like here's what she looks like. And then this camera changes aperture. I'm also a videographer, so y'all might not know what that means, but that's why it keeps getting lighter and darker and lighter and darker. And I'm also going to work on my lighting setup, make it a little bit better. And these lashes, I love these lashes. They actually came from Ulta. They had that lash sale a few weeks ago, and I was able to get those, and I think they are just so cute. Like, they're faux mink lashes, but they look like really good. They look like some of my actual minks, and I thought that was pretty cool. All right, so now I'm not doing anything. Okay, now I'm going in with her foundation. For her foundation, I use the Maybelline shade, and Maybelline fit me in the shade Coconut. On my thing it says Cocoa, but it's actually Coconut. And I just placed that all over the face. My goal was kind of to get into her undertone. It's weird. So for her, it's almost like she has two undertones. Like, I did not go to school for this, so correct me if I'm not using the right vocabulary, but she has what I would call an overtone undertone and an undertone. So her undertone is like cool and like neutral, but like her skin is actually warm. So it's very interesting. So to tap into both of those, I wanted to make sure I used a shade that would complement both. And then, as you'll see later, when I highlight, I kind of really play into her overall undertone. And I'm a huge fan of mixing shades on the face instead of on the palette, because I gotta see, like, I have to see what it's going to look like. And I also just want to, you know, play around a little bit. Like, when you have an opportunity like this to really, you know, practice and work on somebody, kind of do those things that you wouldn't normally do so that, you know, you can see if they work for you. And if they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. And you can incorporate that. So for this is where I kind of played into her undertone. And this is not normally how I would highlight somebody's face. So what I kind of did is, it's almost like I did foundation again just for her undertone so that I can mix it, and then I go back and highlight her face. And I know that's probably like really confusing. You're just like, what? Like, you did what? I did the most. That's what I did. I'm just patting that in. And a good thing about these makeup wedges is that they're so inexpensive, so you can use different ones for, you know, different stuff. So for the highlight, for the foundation, all that. But yeah, I actually had a really good time doing this look, and I love the way that it came out. And I'm not going to incorporate every single, you know, new thing that I did, but I'm glad that I was able to kind of experiment and try different things. She's doing a little dance. Okay, so now I'm actually highlighting. And I'm mad I didn't write down the shades, which is crazy because usually what I do with my clients is I write down, you know, the shades that I used so that I can, you know, put it in my client book. And in that book, this is just a little business snippet, I guess. In that book, I have their birthday, I have things like allergies, just like things to keep track of so that when people come back, you know, you can give them a better experience. And also, it's nice to, you know, be able to tell people happy birthday, give them a little discount on their birthday, you know. I think that's just really nice. Okay, so you see me using that other side to blend that part out. I don't know, that was just really cool. That's another thing you can do with a wedge that you can't really do with a sponge. So, yeah, and this is actually my first time using wedges on someone versus sponges. So, and you see me go back. When I get closer to the eye, I like to use a brush, even when I did use a beauty blender, because I feel like that's just less irritating. And also, to blend out her forehead, I like to use the brush because it's less area that it's going to go into. It's not going to spread. Versus the sponge is just going to literally highlight her whole entire forehead. And then follow me on Instagram at mylabeatz. mylabeatz everything. Yeah, mylabeatz mask, mylabeatz Instagram, mylabeatz YouTube. And then I also use the brush to just kind of blend over everything and make sure everything's blended out. But yeah, these lights are actually driving me crazy. I'm looking for lights that I can use for both videography and makeup and photography, you know, everything. So I'm trying to find a happy medium. And I actually really, really like these lights, but they're just not powerful enough to light the whole entire background. When I take photos, I have a flash, so, you know, they kind of work with that flash. But as you know, as I'm taking a video, it's just like, yeah. It's like, whatever. But anyways, back to the video. You see me going back with that sponge just to blend out the any excess product and just to blend it all together. She already looks so pretty. And I gave her a mirror so she could see it. She was like, yes, I'm cute. And I put the powder on. She was like, whoa, I look crazy. But yeah, like I said, I really, really love the way this came out. Like, yes. All right, now we're just, I guess I did kind of bake on this because I was having a hard time with the sponge and trying to like pack it in. And I was just like, you know what? It's just gonna bake a little bit. Like, who's it gonna hurt? And I knew that like she wasn't going anywhere after this, so I was like, whatever, we're gonna bake. And what I did is I used the translucent shade in the Laura Mercier area. I can't say that word. Didn't know I couldn't say it. But I used the translucent shade, and then I used the medium to deep shade for her face. Translucent shade for a highlight and medium to deep for her face. There we go. And then I love this new part. So I have recently purchased a lip mask for my clients, and it smells and tastes so amazing. It's from Ulta. It's the mango lip mask. And I also have a lip mask from Amazon. It's like coconut or something. And that's just in case you know if anybody's allergic to those things. The reason why I pay so much, you know, close attention to people's allergies is because I'm allergic to everything. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make sure I have something for everybody. You see me on Instagram again, multitasking, yes. And now I'm just brushing off all that powder. Brush, 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 brush. Make sure I get your chin. Brushing, 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 brushing. One thing that I didn't do that I wish I would have done is because she has drier skin, I should have been spraying throughout the entire appointment. That's what I would usually do, just so that everything could blend in a little bit better and her skin would be like a little bit more refreshed. She almost dropped the mirror. I'm so Baltimore. It's a mirror. The mirror. I don't even know how to say that word. And then this part is just extra. I did not have to do this. Like, I could have just left it right alone, but I went in with a darker shade in the foundation to do the contour. I wish I didn't do this. Like, see, just playing around. But I'm glad I did, because now I know I'm not doing that anymore in the future. Like, but yeah, now you see me going in with the black opal pressed powder just to bring her face all together. Blend it out, blend it out, blend it out. I wish I didn't go in with that contour shade because I hate it. But, you know, I still don't hate the final look. So, I'ma like that. Oh, that's another good thing about these lights is that they're battery operated. That's something that I really wanted. And it's really hard to find powerful battery operated lights. And the reason I wanted that is so that, you know, you don't have to worry about plugging them in or any of that. All right, now I'm going in with my favorite highlighter from Wet n Wild. And it's like literally, it's not that expensive and it's so pretty to me. It looks pretty on everybody's skin tone, literally. And I have different ones to fit, you know, lighter, medium, deep. But I love this one that I use. I'm gonna link it down below. But yeah, now I am going in with the Milani lip liner in the shade. Oh, it's right next to me. What shade is this? Rich Cocoa. And I was so pressed to use this because Ulta was out of stock on this for like a minute. So when they emailed me that was back in stock, I was like, yes, buy. And I bought that at the same time that I bought the Juvia's face palette. And those are the two things that I added. And we went for a pink lip just because I thought that would kind of tie all the colors together. And now she's just, you know, puckering up. And I zoom in, and she's so cute, and she is done. And this is what the final look looks like. So pretty, so effortless. Follow me on Instagram at mylabeatz and subscribe for more content. I'm so excited for this. Bye.